Okay, let's go smoke that joint.
Hey, what up, everybody? What is going down? We got a best ball draft going on. What up, Mark? Mark in the house.
What up?
And
That's
real
go
quick
ahead.
before we shout out the crew, CB Dizzle throwing down on the super chat said, please briefly break this down. I'm giving Jacobs and Shakira and getting Javante and Keenan. Should I do it? Well, I guess to me, Jacobs kind of seems like the best player in this deal. Keenan's been solid, but I don't know. He's like a touchdown dependent tight end who's been getting the tight ends, and he can't keep up all season, right?
I wouldn't.
Yeah, Shakira sucks. I mean, I know he got the touchdown this past week or whatever.
But he's touchdown dependent.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. It just feels like Javante is playing with house money and that it's not going to keep up the entire year. I mean, I know that could be said about anybody, but I think he's catching us all by surprise. And I think, shit's about to slow down soon, especially with no CD Lamb out there.
Yeah, eventually they're not gonna get the defenses that they're getting. Green Bay's defense shit the bed uncharacteristically. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's for sure. So I don't know. I'd rework it or not do it at all. One of the two.
Yeah.
And shout out to Savage Jeremy. Shout out to Corey. What up? Savage Jeremy. Someone in my league dropped London by mistake. They're trash. My treasure. I'm dropping 1,400 fab. I mean, yeah. I mean, the dropping on accident is, if you're not the commissioner, I mean, whatever. It's up to the commissioner. But they should get put back. I mean, that's that's a league altering mistake. And, I don't know why fantasy football is like a sport that you can't make mistakes in or you just fuck yourself, it's not like we're not talking about like Sunday on the gridiron fuck ups. Like we're talking about literally just clicking the wrong button and dropping someone like that kind of sucks. It sucks that there's leagues out there who are like, nah, man, you fucked up.
Yeah.
It sucks, man. And of course, I got one spot left in my bench. Pick up Wandale or Hollywood. We had to put in a claim on both. I mean, I feel like I'd want Hollywood more than Wandale, but for the whole season, I mean, Wandale is probably going to be the better asset. Hollywood's probably going to be better over the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, Wandale's probably about to be. Well, we just got to see this next game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's going to be clear-cut best receiver on his team now. You know what I mean?
But I think that also he's going to be the skinniest kid at fat camp as well. For any of those analogies, I don't think it's going to be great by any means.
Yeah.
And hey, what up, Schmitty? He said, bruh, Scatterbo in the second is wild. Said it's a good pick, but imagine if that was the beginning of the year. Right. If it's the beginning of the year, we're just talking mad shit to that person, right? Like, oh, you fucking idiot. Like, why are you taking Scatterbo this early? I mean, there was a couple people who, I do my best not to call people idiots unless they know I'm joking around. But man, I mean, remember how many people were taking Travis Hunter in the second round of the best ball tourney? Like, dude, I was trying to tell everybody for weeks and weeks, man, like, don't do it. He's not a cheat code. Like some of these weirdos that don't even play IDP think that he is.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's just that hype, bro. But yeah, Scat's the only one they got there now. But it's ugly. It's ugly. Like, dude, their line is still trash.
Yeah.
Ghost Monkey, what up? MT2 and a Dynasty Superflex. You trading Caleb Williams for James Cook and Geno. I'd be okay. moving off of Caleb to get Geno, if you're getting James Cook, who's, looking like one of the top dog running backs this year, they extended him. So it's not like his value is going to go away like next year. Probably going to sustain the same type of value for the next like 3 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Shout out to Frizio. What up, bro? Shout out to TJ. What up, bro? Savage Jeremy meant to drop neighbors. I don't know how he fucked that up. Well, I mean, it's, like you literally said it, it's an accident. So, like, have you ever accidentally dropped like a player? I know I have. And I know that, like, if I accidentally drop someone and I told the commissioner right of the way and the commissioner said tough luck, I would never play in that league again. I would never play in that league.
I'd drop all my players from my team and make a mess for him to clean up, and then I'd leave. I promise. Drop my whole team on the waiver.
Oh no, Ryan picked Bijan in the first round. Yeah, he was on auto.
No, he picked him. He wasn't on auto.
Oh, really? I saw he was on auto at one point.
Yeah, no, that was. I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Fuck, maybe that was the Genty Lamar, because I'm pretty sure that Lamar's not playing in week 5. Ouch.
Yeah, no, it was a straight pick. It wasn't auto pick.
TJ said, I think we may have seen Tyreek for the last time. I don't think so. He's got too many kids to support. He probably is the type of guy that could, like, be a full-time podcaster, like all that type of shit and make a shitload of money. But I just, if you're still one of the fastest guys in the NFL, like, someone's going to find a spot for you. Like, he might not get paid what he was before, but it's not like his contract is over either. They can't, like, void his contract. I mean, they'd have to pay him something, but, they can't, like, 100% void everything,
Yeah.
Yeah, Crispy said, damn, yeah, he's a little fucked over there. 2 out of his first 4 picks. You only get 3 wasted picks. It sucks if those wasted picks come in the first and third round. But I'm sure if we go back to some of the people who won, like Mark did last week, I don't remember who he picked, but I'm sure there's people who, like, drafted people in the top 5 rounds that didn't crack their final lineup, for whatever reason. And Mr. Ogma said, I almost did Genty for Javante trade last week, but you said not to. And I said, looking all right so far. Yeah, man. I mean, we can't, I don't remember if it was a dynasty or a redrafted. I was one of the people who didn't think that Genty was going to come out and teabag, the Bears like that. I thought he was going to do okay. But that's why we don't give up on these guys that we draft high in, like, September, Like, I mean, we're drafting for the whole season. Like, we don't want to give up on these guys, like, super early. We want to give him a little bit of time. And Mr. Ogma, how's the stream been, brother? Going good. We just went live about 15 minutes ago. What up, Andre? Would you trade McBride, Swift, Keenan, and T for Nico, Scatterbo, Ferguson? Yeah, that trade doesn't make too much sense to me. He said, I lost Lamb. And I also need RB help. Well, now it makes more sense to me, but yeah, I don't like it. Like, here's the one thing that I'll kind of never understand, and everybody, maybe you guys can help me. It's like, okay, let's say I'm hurting at running back. I trade away my top end tight end, McBride, who's, like, potentially could be the best guy on my team. And, I do it to get a better running back. But at the same time, I weaken my tight ends. And I know Ferguson, you got a touchdown and everything, but, I don't know. Is that sustainable? Like, we're talking about McBride having one of the top target market shares in the entire league. Like, one of the only guys, really, I mean, the only tight end who's hovering around 30%. So I don't know. I don't like it. Like, yeah, there's good players in there, but fucking Nico has been not great. Scatterbo, I mean, you're buying on the potential, but literally we're talking about one of the worst offenses in the league. I know they won, but, like, they didn't win by scoring like 50 points or anything and, like, everyone having crazy fantasy success. And yeah, man, I just wouldn't do it. It's too much for too much. Brazil said man, wide receiver room is so shitty. Got CD, Drake, Keon, Golden, Luther, and add damn it, add the bye week. So I can only start Keenan. Fuck. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. MT said I'm a 420 smoker. I make mistakes and it would suck. Shit happens. Yeah, and seeing that's the thing, and whether I was a stoner or not, I just feel like in a dynasty, redraft is one thing, if someone fucks up in redraft and I just don't know, everything's a little different. But dynasty, like that's what makes people quit, is when a mistake like that happens and the commissioner just isn't being fair about it. Because it's never fair to say, oh, you made a mistake, you're fucked. That, who's that fair towards? The person who just picks up the guy. So yeah, that shit would suck, man. I don't like that. And there's people who really hate that I do that for people, or if someone makes an accidental draft pick in a slow draft and they tell me right away, dude, I accidentally clicked this person while I was driving. It was a total accident. And I always fucking change it because it's a fucking accident. And if they told me right away, dude, what's the harm in fucking fixing an accident if I'd literally do it for anybody? And there's still people who fucking hate that. Hate it. Corey said, are Dubs and Luke McCaffrey worth a claim, or were those just flukes? Well, we got to remember, anybody going up against the Cowboys, if they have a good game, we got to remember it's the Cowboys, and literally damn near every wide receiver and tight end that's played against them has had a good game. But with the injuries over there, I don't think Dubs is a fluke. And if you guys paid attention to my Patreon post for all the pickups, I put Luke McCaffrey on there as a pickup, but I said I'm only starting him if it's Marcus Mariota, because those guys obviously have some kind of connection going.
This dude has 4 people on bye, and Lamar is not playing. Literally nobody on his team is playing this week.
Dude, and I just texted him I texted him when we talked about it, and I was like, dude, remember, it's just a 1-week league. Well, shit happens. Happens.
4 of his 5 players are not playing.
Yeah, that ain't good. That's why he's getting them so late, and even because this isn't his first one. The last time I told him, last time he did it, I was like, don't forget it's 1-week league, so don't get all stoked that you get Rashee Rice in the 10th round because nobody's drafting him because he won't play. And he forgot. Yeah. And Gus Monkey said a lot of people taking people on by. Yeah, and seeing people just literally forgetting, if people are paying attention to Patreon, one of the things I did with my waiver wire pickup post is at the top, I literally put every team that was on by to try to, remind everybody.
There's literally a number right beside their position, their team, and then that number right there is the number of their bye week.
Yeah, but if you're on the app, you can't really see the bye week that well. You can see it after you pick them. Or maybe I'm just not remembering, one of the two. Brendy Bish, should I drop Chase Brown for Woody Marks? No, I mean, it sucks, but I wouldn't drop him. I'd try to figure out something else.
Yeah, I would drop somebody else.
And empty teabag the fuck out of them. Dropped each at a time, each half. Yeah. On those Bears 3 teddies. Hell yeah. Jesse B, what up? I'm 0-4. Got offered Tet McMillan and Woody Marks for JJ. I have JJ. No. If you're going to trade JJ, you got to get way better assets than that. I'm not saying don't trade him, but if you're 0-4 because you had a bad schedule, that's not a reason to panic yet. It's getting close. If you're 0-4 because I don't know, maybe you had CD Lamb, or maybe you had James Conner or someone, catch a 0 when they got hurt and you lost because of that. not a reason to panic just yet. Now, if your team just sucks, and like JJ is like the one shining star that you have that's been decent, I would trade him, but I would trade him for way better players. Like they got to be like 3 starters, I would say. And you'd only want to sell them to someone who can actually afford to pay what you want. Andre said, would you trade Keenan Allen for Trey Benson? Probably not, man. Cardinals are looking all kinds of fucked up right now. I know they're going in waves of like looking good and looking bad, but Benson didn't really look that good.
If I could have grabbed Kyler when he slid after 3 fucking yards with 7 yards in front of him and smacked the shit out of him, bro, I would have. I swear to God, bro.
Brawley619 said, I traded Puka and Hampton for Derrick Henry and Barkley. Did I lose horribly? I don't think you lost horribly. I mean, Henry and Barkley are probably the better guys on paper, but I would hope that you have somebody else like, let me go. Wide receiver room, Igbuka, QJ, and Jamar Chase. I think that you traded away probably the best player on your team to get that trade to happen, which I'm just not a fan of. I don't want to trade my best player, to kind of like you didn't even necessarily give yourself more depth. I mean, you traded away Puka and Hampton, who I'm assuming were both starters, and you traded them away for Derrick Henry and Barkley, who were both starters. So that's why I just don't like trades like that. Like if you were going to trade Puka, Hampton shouldn't have been in the mix. Or like if you were going to trade Hampton, like someone might have done Hampton for Henry, straight up. Like, I mean, just because people are panicking on Henry right now. Brazil said, I'm going to try to pick up Darius Slayton or Malik Washington to plug in for the bye week unless I try to trade away CD for some wide receivers. Yeah. You ain't getting anything for CD like that you're really going to want. You just got to hold them too long. Savage Jeremy, am I rolling with the Bills DST against the Pats or Saints against the Giants? See, the Bills, man, they seem so much better than the Saints, but the Saints versus the Giants, man, could you imagine if it's Dart again and he gets like 6 or 7 sacks, plus like all the bullshit? So I don't know, man. I'm holding on the Bills right now, but it's interesting. And hey, Hollywood in the house. What up, bro?
What up?
JJ said, what QB and what defenses should I pick up from the following? Murray, Stroud, Young, Goff, Browns, Cardinals, Seahawks. I'd say Browns, and I'm leaning Goff as of right now. And Brazil said, I may be tripping, but I didn't see your waiver post on Patreon. Damn, bro, you got to be tripping. I posted it, I don't know, like 11 o'clock in the morning or something like that, maybe 12. And I posted, so one is waiver wire pickups, and that's all the offense. And then I have the team defense kind of snuck in there. And then there's a whole separate post for IDP waiver pickups. I'll throw the link in the chat right now just so peeps can get over there. Yeah, literally have it open right now on my screen still. And yeah, I put a bunch. Let me see, we got 4 QBs, 4 RBs, like 6 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and then 4 defenses to pick up. And the IDP section's dope. I'm gonna start doing where I post potential pickups for redraft, and then I deep dive for the dynasty peeps as well.
Yeah, I can't wait for this next Thursday. I'm gonna be back at it on Patreon.
Oh, that's why Frazil said I haven't subbed yet. I see it now. Yeah, I mean, and you should sub for $5 a month. Let me read off what kind of posts I did last week. That pretty much like a weekly thing that's really going to help you start dominating everywhere. So, and this is just last week. So I did. me see, where is it here? So best and worst matchups for QB, wide receiver, running back, tight end, and kicker. So that's 5 separate posts. I also posted tight end route data for weeks 1 through 3, and just kind of showing who's blocking and who's running the most routes type thing. Running back snap counts, wide receiver snap counts, tight end snap counts, just so you know who's the cream of the crop on who's like staying on the field. And then I did the snap counts for linebackers, D linemen, and DBs. Snap counts super crucial for IDP, knowing who's the guys at the top always makes a difference. And then I also did most pass attempts per team, kind of broke that down. And then I also did wide receiver highest targets week 1 through 3. I did the same thing for tight ends and for running backs as well. So shitload of posts are happening weekly, and it's only $5 a month. It's probably the best $5 that you can spend on your fantasy success. That's for sure. And MT2, would you trade Drake May for Gibbs and Gino or Tua? I mean, I probably would. I mean, I'm assuming it's a super flex. I mean, it really would suck like downgrading, you know, from Drake to Gino, but getting Gibbs is is huge. Zach, what up? Team that got eliminated in the guillotine this week has Jamar Chase, Ladd Sutton. Jake, should I spend on any of those players? I have 670 fab. Well, I mean, how close were you to getting eliminated last week? Like, that's what you got to base it on. Like, if you were close to getting eliminated, yeah, man, you should throw some dough at probably Ferguson in the tight end premium, probably Ladd too. But yeah, if you weren't close to losing, I wouldn't spend all the fab. How about that? You spend some, but you don't got to spend it all if you weren't close to being eliminated. CB Dizzle. Do I trade Keenan straight for Shakira? No.
Nope.
He said, my bad, Shakira for Keenan. I mean, I guess, but I'm still kind of leaning on no.
They're the same person.
Pretty much. And Derek in the house. What up, Derek? And Frazil said, do you know if YouTube membership carries over to Patreon? No, because it's 2 totally separate things. Mm-mm. And Brawley 619 thought it was iffy. Cook, Henry, and Barkley trio blinded a bit too much. I mean, it's a pretty dope trio, that's for sure. Let's see what Zach said. ETN, Mason, Swift, wide receivers, BTJ, Pearsall, McBride, Waddle, Strange, Dubs, Tucker. See, like with a lineup like that, I don't think you need to jump out the window for waivers. Not saying I wouldn't put in waivers, but I mean, your squad's pretty solid. Chuba Hubbard on the waiver, also on the guillotine. Maybe worth a couple bucks, but probably not starting for your team. Hey, shout out to Bake Bro Zach. What up? Andre said, you guys think Chris Godwin can turn into a low-end wide receiver 2 or better? He saw 10 targets in the return. Yeah, for sure he can. I mean, especially if Mike Evans is out for a few weeks. Gonna get a lot of targets. Actually, my redraft league, my wide receivers are Puka, Nico, Pickens, QJ, start 3. Probably sitting Nico. It's crazy to say.
He's either doing this as a joke or one of the guys right beside him are fucking eating because, like, dude has 2 players that are starting that aren't on bye or injured.
Yeah. All right. Frizil said he subbed on Patreon. Let me see. I'm going to go see. It didn't show me an update, but
Nico, Pickens, QJ, start 3.
Hey, there we go. All right. Back at it. Perfect. So if you're on the Patreon app, I mean, you'll see most of the stuff is either going to be in the fantasy advice or in the start and sit info. So Wednesday is when I post a majority of the start and sit, like the best and worst matchups per position. Everything's kind of based on points and statistics. And yeah, it's just something really good to kind of use as like almost a tiebreaker, really. Zach said I was 5th in the standings. I wasn't close. Yeah, I wouldn't force it. You probably got another week or two of being okay without having to force pickup 8th in the standings. Actually, I mean that's still pretty far. Like how many weeks are we in? Let's see. We've gotten rid of 4 teams now, so we're at 14 total. Brazil said, "How you think? What do you guys think of Kendre Miller? Not super excited about him. It's gonna get work for sure."
He had a good game.
Yeah.
Same thing with Justice Hill. He had a good game.
Yeah.
Same
Corey
thing
said pick up Slayton or Tucker. Lean in Tucker. Corey, did you pick up Strange or Walker as my backup tight end? You talking about Waller, I'm assuming. Currently I have Ingram, Juwan as my starter. Yeah, I'd want Waller with Tyreek out. What up, Theo? Said hope y'all are having a good night. Start Stevenson or Chubb, half PPR. Said dropped White right before this week for Stevenson. Now Irving goes down. Yeah, man, it's really really shitty how these injuries have been like shaping out this year. I mean, I'm probably leaning on Stevenson as of now. Things may change throughout the week. And Bob said, "Hey guys, Waller and drop Ertz." I'd grab Waller and drop Ertz. I mean, it's kind of like I just think no matter what, like Waller's just gonna get like so much action now because of no Tyreek Hill. He's like the number 2 guy over there. They literally have nobody else in the tight end, landscape besides him. Brazil said drop Matthew Golden for Romeo Dubs. Man, probably. And it really sucks to have to do that, but probably. All right, this goes out to all our injured. Actually, let me pack up a bowl here, and then we got a song for all these injuries that we're dealing with right now. And one thing that I will remind everybody, the cream rises to the top of fantasy football managers. It always does. And like every year there's injuries, no matter what. It's really how you respond to them. Are you making the right pickups? Are you making the right start and sit decisions? Weekly, all these things are really going to come into play. So don't start not paying attention, okay? Because this is where people really start falling off. And Brazil said drop Ollie Gordon for Justice Hill. Probably. I just feel like Justice Hill's gonna. I mean, Ollie. There's probably going to be more touches going to Gordon, but I bet just being a part of a better offense, like more points will be scored for Justice Hill. A lot of catches too. What up, Frank? Said stream Warren, Henry, or Strange. I'm leaning Warren as of right now. And here goes a song for all the injury-prone motherfuckers out there.
This is for all you people out there that drafted every motherfucker that's out for the season. How could it be? He stubbed his toe on the couch and now he's on the IR. Paper cut, he goes ouch and yep, he's on the IR. Laser pointer in the eye and my star's on the IR. Ate too much Taco Bell and he's back on the IR. Well, that one I understand. These stars, they aren't even injury prone, but they're breaking every single effing bone. Tearing ligaments I didn't know existed. My fantasy team is getting.
I'm leaning Igbuka and Adams right now, Bob. Answer could change though.
But they're breaking every single effing bone. Tearing ligaments I didn't know existed. My fantasy team is getting fully fisted. Stepped on 2 Legos, now he's on the IR. Wi-Fi went out and he's back on IR. Too much Call of Duty, Kyler's on the IR. Got a locker room wedgie, another trip to the IR. These stars, they aren't even injury prone, but they're breaking every single effing bone. Tearing ligaments I didn't moments I didn't know existed. My fantasy team is getting fully listed.
There we go. And that one's a custom song straight from the 420 crew. I got to put it on YouTube. I've been slacking now. And oh wait, I already said that. Frazil said if Alvin Kamara gets traded away, would Kendra be a starter? Well, here's the thing: Alvin Kamara ain't getting traded away. Like the only way that he would get traded away is if the Saints pretty much ate a big, huge portion of what he's supposed to be paid. Like outside of that, I just don't see him getting traded because he's not going to be cap friendly for teams that like I forget who was saying like, oh yeah, the Chiefs, like they need a running back. Like Alvin Kamara would be so great there. And like, I don't know, like Patrick Mahomes didn't hear that specifically, but they were asking about like trading for a wide receiver or something. And the first thing that Mahomes said was, it sounds great to get all these guys, but they have to be able to fit into the cap. And most people just aren't putting that kind of stuff together when they're giving their, their hot takes on who any team should pick up or trade for.
Yep.
So, yeah, I just wouldn't even be thinking like that for Zill. It's so far-fetched that Kamara is going to get traded. CB Dizzle, Hollywood, Sharps, Pacheco, Waller, and Joku start one. I don't even think that Pacheco should even be like considered startable unless you have only 2 running backs and like you need to start 2 running backs. That's the only way I would even start him. Other than that, we shouldn't even ask about Pacheco anymore. I'm liking Hollywood here. Jags have given up some booty to the wide receivers as well, and it's on Monday Night Football. Waller would probably be a close second. Bob said Marks and drop Benson. So pick up Marks and drop Benson. I think I'd rather have Benson over Marks. I don't think Marks, if Joe Mixon comes back, that's going to throw the monkey wrench in this Marks plan.
Yeah.
I think he just, I'm not saying he got lucky, but I think game flow just hit him right. Yeah, the touchdown. Like, it's not always going to work out that way.
Yep. And not every team is as bad as the Titans.
No, it's crazy because the Titans at one point were go back a couple years, they were like one of the toughest teams to run on. It's not been the case this year. Derek said that's a good one. Yeah, shit's funny. Frazil said I got Juwan. Should I drop for Waller? No, but I would assume that you have someone on your team that you can drop for Waller that I'd be okay with.
Bro, I had to pick between Waller and Gesicki this week, and I fucking made the right choice.
I mean, Gesicki's been sucking, so yeah. But Waller's like literally done nothing. So like it is still hard. Like a guy who's playing and doing nothing or a guy who's been hurt and doing nothing. Yeah, it could be Waller's best game. I mean, of course, it's the best game of the season so far, but could end up being the best game of his entire season. That would kind of suck. And Schmitty said this would be the first time I don't draft any Packers. Smart man. I mean, if you want to get one in the 12th round, as like moral support or something, maybe, but that's about as far as I'd be going. Big Bro said AK to the Vikings would be dope. Yeah. I wonder, see, and even like Aaron Jones is going to come back and like he's still paid. And like, yeah, it's just, that just wouldn't work out. Perry said, would you trade Nico for Marvin Harrison Jr.? No, but it's because like I don't like Marvin Harrison Jr. right now. And honestly don't like Nico right now. Like that trade would just piss me off.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be on either end of that.
And Theo said, what was that injury song called? Well, that's the thing. It's an independent song. So it's going to be, I'm just going to call it the fantasy football injury song is what I'm going to call it when I put it on YouTube. But here, we'll listen one more time.
This is for all you people out there that drafted every motherfucker that's out for the season. How could it be? He stubbed his toe on the couch and now he's on the IR. Paper cut, he goes ouch and yep, he's on the IR. Laser pointer in the eye and my star's on the IR. Ate too much Taco Bell and he's back on the IR. What I understand. These stars, they aren't even injury prone, but they're breaking every single effing bone. Tearing ligaments I didn't know existed. My fantasy team is getting fully fisted. These stars, they aren't even injury prone, but they're breaking every single effing bone. Tearing ligaments I didn't know existed. My fantasy team is getting fully fisted. Stepped on 2 Legos, now he's on the IR. Wi-Fi went out and he's back on IR. Too much Call of Duty, Kyler's on the IR. Got a locker room wedgie, another trip to the IR. These stars, they aren't even injury prone, but they're breaking every single effing bone. Tearing ligaments I didn't know existed. My fantasy team is getting fully fisted. These stars, they aren't even injury prone, but they're breaking every single effing bone. Tearing ligaments I didn't know existed. My fantasy team is getting fully fisted.
Shout out to Poker Guts. And Corey said, pick up Trevor Lawrence versus KC, or I currently have Geno versus Indy or Dak versus the Jets. Probably rocking Dak versus the Jets. Like, it's crazy because, like, the Jets having Sauce, you know, just for the last couple years, we've equated to, like, not having an insane amount of passing, you know, happening. But it is, you know, that's not the case this year. That's for sure. So, yeah, I'd probably rock Dak. Frazil said, I can drop Burden for Waller. I'd do that. Yeah. Burden's kind of just a flavor of the week anyways. And Lucia said, playing the Bucky owner in my league, but White's on waivers. I have the number 1 overall pick. You think it's worth burning a pickup of White to block him? I mean, yeah. Dude, we obviously we don't know. Unless you guys know something I don't. Like, if Bucky's going to actually play this week or not. Like, I don't think they've announced him out or anything. So, I mean, even if it's a 50-50 shot of Bucky not playing, hell yeah, I would rather have him, like, on my squad. Like, you might even be able to pick him up and trade him to someone, not your opponent, you know, but I you know, yeah. And CB Dizzle, who we got, the Commandos or your Chargers? Hey, my Chargers, motherfucker. Don't get me linked with them. I mean, both are bad right now. Well, I mean, Chargers. I don't have one. They used to be the Chargers until they left to LA. But I don't cheer for any Los Angeles teams. That's like someone from New York cheering for a Boston team, you know, or fucking. Yeah, it's just not.
That's like somebody fucking Hoosier cheering for for the Titans.
It's not gonna happen. And, like, I don't know. I've always made fun of bandwagon fans. So, like, I don't know. I didn't even really find it necessary for me to, like, need to hop onto a bandwagon of a team because, like, at the end of the day, I've found that I stress way less about football not cheering for a team. Because, like, my fantasy football teams would bring me a lot of joy, but the Chargers would bring me stress. Like, I used to defend the Chargers, like, almost every day during the football season and get in arguments with people at work and shit. Like, obviously, I don't, like, now it'd be more fun. Like, now it'd be on the opposite end of that, like, talking shit about the Chargers. But, dude, it was like a full-time job being a Chargers fan, not getting paid, and them not winning any championships. Like, it's for the birds, man. It's for the birds.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, man, I've never been so mad about football in my life. I lost my voice. I threw shit. I put a hole in the wall. I threw some shit, put a hole in the wall, an accident. Adonai Mitchell, bro. If I ever see that motherfucker, it's on site. Like, I hope he sees this. If I see you, dog, it's on site. You cost me a fucking match in fantasy football because you took a 55-yard touchdown away from Jonathan Taylor. and you cost us the fucking game.
Well, here's the thing. All Colts fans should know that he's never wanted to play for the Colts. And I would
I don't
only
know.
expect bad things to happen from him actually playing on the Colts.
Adonai Mitchell didn't.
Yeah, do you remember when he got drafted? I said this on draft day when he was drafted. He looked disappointed that he went to the Colts. He didn't even want
What
to put
year
on the
was
fucking
that?
hat.
What year was that?
What is he? Is this his third year, second year? Yeah, I think it was 2 years ago that he was drafted.
So,
Is it when
yeah.
you were on vacation?
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
More like a staycation.
No, yeah, he was. Yeah, it was last year that he was drafted.
Yeah.
2024.
Yeah, I didn't get to catch the whole draft. I got some of it. First
But
round for sure.
Yeah, but that was one of the things that I brought up when it happened. Is like you could tell guys' reactions, and like that's their honest like opinion. And he didn't want to play there. It's probably because of Anthony Richardson, so maybe some things are different, now that it's pesos, but I don't know. I wouldn't be super excited. And Rendon said, full PPR, would you trade Jamar Chase and Hubbard for AK and JSN? I mean, probably, but it's still kind of blah. Like, you're just trading a wide receiver and a running back for a wide receiver and a running back. And, like, I kind of do like AK and JSN over Hubbard and Jamar Chase, but, it's still kind of ugly.
Yeah. And I mean, if you're going off of sheer talent, you're trading away the best player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if Burrow comes, if it's redraft, I'd probably do it. If it's dynasty, I'm not touching that with the 10-foot pole.
Ed Schmidt said so. Fields is an elite fantasy QB now. Well, I feel like when teams play Miami this year, like it's almost like whoever plays Miami, you might consider them elite, like after the Miami game.
Miami or Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the Jets too, I suppose.
What up, Darren? He said, I thought I'd sneak Brock Purdy back. Oh, but you couldn't get him? Where'd he go? Yeah, picked like 2 picks after you. Nope. Huge ass in the house. What up? Yeah, he said, got to watch out for the bye weeks, peeps. Yeah, man. Yeah. I think people might have to get into tomorrow's draft to kind of make up for today. Huge ass said, what's the asking price for Brees in a dynasty? I mean, I wouldn't want. See, here's the thing. I guess I might overvalue players a little bit more than picks, like in certain cases, because like it. Hold on, sorry. It's because like I feel like I wouldn't want to trade Brees to the guy, like to someone who's gonna win, and like give me the worst. Like I'm gonna get the 112, for giving up Brees. Like I'd rather not have that. Like if it's gonna be like a low first, like I'd want a player or a first and a second. But also, even if it's a first and a second, if it's the 112 and the 212, that's also kind of whack.
Yeah.
So like I don't know, but I feel like I'd want at least a first and a second if it's not like a high or mid to high first. CB Dizzle said not a homer mentality. Yeah. Captain Moist Beard said y'all right about Worthy. Man, I mean, he killed it out there.
X gon' give it to you. What?
Celtics said 1-3 facing number 1 ranked team who added AJ or QJ from waivers. Has Pickens, Allen, Puka going to be a tough matchup. Just stay the course, bro. Stay the course. Bob said it's funny you start fantasy, you have no team. It's who you own is your team. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean that I feel like I can control a little bit more. Like I can't control like the Chargers sucking, like I can't control them being fucking generationally cursed. Let's see. Captain Moist Beard, I like how the Colts. I like the Colts have a decent year, and then the fans act like they haven't been dog shit for the last few years, for sure. Mark's got an excuse. He just wasn't paying attention.
We're under no delusion that we've sucked ass. Trust me, we're just too hard headed to let it affect us.
Yeah. Theo said, "Do I drop Tyreek in Dynasty?" No. So it could be career ending. Yeah, it could be, but I don't think it is.
I'd put it on your wall.
Shout out to Darren throwing in the super sticker. I'm gonna get you marked down for those raffle entries right now. And then also let me show everybody and just remind you some of the raffled items. We're gonna have at least 3 winners in October. It's gonna be a Halloween raffle. And we got a Rashee Rice jersey. All of these are signed. Roquan signed jersey, A-Chain signed jersey, James Cook signed jersey, and back by popular demand, we got another Van Ginkel signed jersey for all you crazy Vikings fans out there.
Hell yeah, dude. I want that A-Chain jersey. Who won the last one with Bijan and
So Toyota won a couple of them. I mean, he threw a whole bunch of super chats throughout the month, and I know Cali Jam won one. I think Big Tons and Devo won the shirts, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Toyota won 3 jerseys last time.
who got Bijan?
Toyota won. So
Who got
Cali
Van
Jam got the Tyreek jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, Toyota one got the other ones. And hey, Jaw Crispy said, "Never played in a league like your Debo Steal Your Chain League. It's my favorite style now." Good idea. Yeah, it's super fun, man. I can't say that I'm having super fun in there. I've had like the worst string of bad luck in that league. Like whether it's come to like who I'm playing or like fucking up on like 1 or 2 start sit decisions and like literally losing by a couple points. Man, yeah, it's been not fun. My team's like so depleted. It's like already done for.
Yeah, I fucked up, bro. I fucking bought a quarterback in that 3 quarterback league with no IDP.
Yeah.
I traded away fucking Genty and BTJ for T. Higgins, Chase Brown, and fucking stupid Tyrod Taylor. And then the next week, the dude that I traded with obliterated me.
Ouch.
So I just donated in that league pretty much now. I got Josh Allen. I'm gonna have to do some serious trading. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to completely retool that team if I'm gonna try to win.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, the one thing is, you catch your injuries early. Other people might catch them late. You have a shitty schedule early. Some people may have the shitty schedule late. Like that's why there's so many variables in fantasy football. That's why, and I'm not talking to you, Mark. I'm just talking to everybody, just reminding you just got to pay attention. Like that's like the big thing. Like get in your waiver wire claims today. There might already be some people that are already quitting, in your league, like mentally, and just like, fuck waivers. I got more important shit to do today. I'll do that on Sunday, or something. Like all you got to do is be paying attention, and like you will be ahead of the curve.
Yeah, you already know. I thought you were gonna get me in that in the 3 QB with IDP league.
You got fucking so lucky. I was right there.
If if I wouldn't have for every pick that Gino threw, bro, I had the guy that was picking him off. It helped out a lot.
Yeah, and you still come out ahead that way, even if it's a couple points, because the guy getting the interception is going to score more. And Corey, I don't even know if Darren said best pick Cooper Rush. Corey said I got Purdy versus the Rams on waivers is Goff, Dak, Stafford. Probably going Dak, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Dak should be rostered. There's no reason Dak should not be rostered at this point.
I mean, it's a single QB league that he's talking about.
Yeah, I'd still. I guess with CD out, but I mean, He did his thing against a good defense. You know what I mean? Green Bay. I mean, they are not as bad as they have been. I guess they lost to the Browns too, but
Yeah, and reminder for everyone in that Debo league, because it happened multiple times this week. One of them was to me, and I had to remind the person that it's against the rules that if you have a guy like Neighbors or Tyreek Hill or whatever, you can't trade those guys in the Debo trade. Like it was, that's a new rule that got established this year, and yeah, it ruined it ruins like the fun of it when like someone gets fucked like that. So that's why I changed that this year.
I agree. 100%. I don't know how much I like this team, but I kind of like it.
Frazil said did a trade in one of the leagues I tagged you. Sounds good. Robert on Facebook, you think AJ Brown should be sat this week since the Eagles go against Denver and he'll see Surtain? My other options are Ridley and Godwin. I mean, I definitely wouldn't sit AJ Brown for Ridley. Like Ridley's not startable in my opinion. Like I'd almost start anybody over him, but I probably would start Godwin over AJ Brown. Probably would.
Who does Tampa play?
Tampa plays the Seahawks, who's actually not that good of a matchup for the wide receivers.
Yeah, they looked real fucking good last Thursday, man.
Yeah. And I wonder if that's just, the Cardinals looking bad as well.
Yeah.
And how do I say this? Cale Stevenson. Not sure if I'm mispronouncing that. It said Brees Hall and T. Higgins for AJ Brown and Dobbins, who won. Kind of neither. Like I feel like you're kind of in the same place with like if you traded away Brees Hall and T. Higgins, you received AJ Brown, who's been a complete headache, who has a shitty matchup this week, and Dobbins, who's been a complete fucking headache, this week. And I'm pretty sure who got out touched by RJ Harvey this past week. And then if you traded away AJ Brown and Dobbins and you're bringing back Brees Hall, who's probably the best player in this whole trade, but also he is like, that's the player that you traded away, I'm assuming. He's also been a headache, and T. Higgins, T. Higgins has been a fucking headache and a half. So it's like you just traded problem for problem.
5 leagues, and I'm not starting him until he does something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, which means you're probably never starting him the rest of the year, right?
Pretty much,
dude. Has everybody seen how dog shit the Bengals are? Like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase combined for like 60 yards this past week. Combined for 60.
Patrick Surtain was covering both of them. That's how bad they were.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Hold on a second.
Finally drafted a tight end in one of these. Y'all see that shit?
Uh-oh. Check you out. All right, a couple more questions and we'll get out of here. And Corey said pick up at tight end Andrews and Njoku, Goddard, or Waller. Waller, man. It's a great matchup too. Panthers have been one of the best matchups for tight ends. Bob says crazy again. May or Hurts? Just asking. And who the hell does the Eagles play again this week?
Denver.
Oh yeah. Fuck, man. But the Patriots have a bad matchup this week too, don't they? They got the Bills. I guess that's not horrible, but it's in Buffalo. I'm probably going Hurts at home.
Yeah.
That's tough though.
Yeah, I took Hurts in the 4th in this one.
Hell yeah. Dan said single QB league, Dak, Kyler, or Dart. Probably going Dakota. Yeah, Godwin, shitload of targets right out of the gate. Shout out to Phil. What up, Phil?
Yeah, there's also Mike Evans is out right at the moment. So once Mike Evans comes back, he's gonna lose some targets.
It's a hammy. It's who knows? That shit could linger. Fazil, do I pick up Waller and do I start him over Juwan? I would, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the Panthers are just like a sweetheart of a matchup. It really is.
Yeah, I was shitty as fuck that what's his name? Fried Cracker took Waller.
Where'd he get him?
Looks like the 6th.
Yeah. Right before Quentin Johnston. Nice. And Corey said Judy, Ridley, Coleman, Wandale, Shaheed, pick one to pick up. Wandale. I don't even think it's necessarily close.
Like not even remotely.
Yeah. Brazil said my RBs are Brees, Chase Brown, Woody Marks, Trey, Blake Corum, Tyjae Spears. Who should I look to trade away? Well, probably Woody Marks. Like, you got to trade someone away who someone actually wants to buy. I wouldn't trade Brees. That's like your best player. It's like the only good running back that you have.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to want to trade for Chase Brown. Nobody's going to want to trade for Henderson or Corum or Spears. It's like literally the only guy that you have with any value right now besides Brees is Woody.
Yeah. Your recency bias is going to get you a nice little return for Woody Marks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially maybe if you find a Houston fan in your league, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like fantasy football isn't necessarily all about the players. You got to play the people too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it's the managers. Like, that's who you got to make a trade with the manager. You're not like, it's like we're trading cards, right? Like, I mean, the players and all that, like, they're just going to do whatever they're going to do, and their value is going to change based on whatever they're doing. Woody Marks' value is probably as high as it might ever be. Would it be better to hold Woody Marks? Well, depends on what you can get for him. But yeah, he's probably better start than Chase Brown this week.
Who does Houston play this week?
They got the Ravens.
I would hold him. I would hold him, and then I would start him because the Ravens have been ridiculously bad against the run.
Yeah.
And let him get another good game under his belt, and then try to get a top tier wide receiver for him.
Yeah. Darren said, how do you feel about Malik Washington? Still waiting on Rashee Rice to come back, and Ladd's been asked. I mean, I like him, but you're not going to start him over Ladd or anything like that. Like, he would be just bench depth because even like nobody's taking the place of Tyreek. Like, I know there's going to be a wide receiver that's out there, playing the same position that he plays, but nobody is taking Tyreek's place. Like Washington, maybe he's like a 5 to 6 target guy, but it's going to be Waddle, and it's going to be Waller, and it's going to be A-Chain. Like, everyone else is going to be just around. All right. About time to get up out of here. Stay through the credits, guys. Appreciate you guys rocking. Be back tomorrow with another Q&A.
Hey, Luke McCaffrey, dog. Luke McCaffrey. You got me that dub this week. You hear me?
Shout out to Justin Pickle in a Jar and Chris Patriot Sports. They're the executive producers. Shout out to the producers. Shout out to the co-producers. Shout out to the associate producers.
My name right there.
Shout out to the epic supporters and the awesome supporters. And yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you guys go get on Patreon. There's going to be a whole bunch of shit posted in the morning tomorrow. Like, I pretty much do everything overnight, and then shit's going to start posting at like 5 o'clock West Coast time, 8 a.m. Eastern time. So yeah, be on it, guys, and download the Patreon app if you don't have it downloaded, because it's way easier to scroll through stuff there. Literally, you open the app, you're going to see some of the most recent posts, then you're going to see the start and sit info, and then the IDP infos right below that. Super easy to navigate through. Just got to do it on the app. All right. And Captain Moistbeard says, stand up and turn around for me real quick. Man, you're going to have to start putting some super chats in there if you're going to try to get Mark to model for you.
Yeah, this shit ain't free, dog.
All right, guys. We'll catch you tomorrow, and we'll see you in the Patreon chat. Peace out.
Peace.
Defense on me.
I don't want them to gain another yard.
You blitz all night. If they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans. Here comes the